Hi everybody, I'm Tim Bulott. Welcome to Adventure Backcountry and WeaponsAcademy.com. Today we've got another maintenance project on our 1993 Project YJ, filming with 1993 video technology. So we've had a motor replacement on this, but the ancillary parts that were on the original motor were placed onto the new motor, and which is common when you have an engine swap. They don't replace all the exterior parts, but we're going back and we're getting that done. Okay, so we've noticed an issue with high RPMs and a little bit of misfires. Okay, and so what I have done is I've began to replace the spark plug wires, the distributor cap and rotor. We've already put a new alternator on there, as you saw in the last one, all keeping with trying to get everything as new as possible and eliminating the possibility of anything failing on us. But during the process, we found something that needs to be addressed. So let's take a look now and see what we've come up with. Okay, so taking a look at the distributor, what we found when we were just in the process of replacing the distributor cap was that these wires on the camshaft position sensor, crankshaft position sensor here, these are worn out. You can see there's bare wire exposed right there, and that would definitely account for an issue with our misfiring at high RPMs. Okay, so you can also see this where this connects. Also, it's also worn out. Okay, so we've ordered a complete distributor from O'Reilly's, minus the cap and rotor, of course, because we've already had that. We're going to go pick that up in a little while and install it and see if that fixes our problem. Okay, so work we've done up to this point includes this new distributor cap. We've got it all wired up. Spark plugs are new. We've got new rotor here. Okay, so we're going to go pick up our distributor. We'll install that distributor. Took photographs of how we took it off and marked it exactly and everything. So it should just be a process of dropping it back in, and we'll see if that helps our engine to run a little bit smoother. Okay, so this is not so much a how-to video, it's just to kind of keep you up with what we've got going on. But we've got a new distributor, and we've taken photos of the distributor with the cap on it as it was, okay, in the correct positions and so forth. And of course, when you lift this, it torques a little bit. So what we're going to do now is, as we reinstall the distributor, we're going to align it exactly like it was when we took it out at the top of its torque cycle there. And then we have to set this blade to align with the oil pump that's down in the engine block. So we have to actually get a long screwdriver and turn that connection on the oil pump to match the blade, and then it should just drop back in. Okay, so we're going to work on getting all that set up and get this thing back together. All right, so before we get the distributor in, we've also purchased a new coil pack. Okay, and that sits just on side the engine block like so. The bracket's separate, and we've already mounted that, but and it's got these stud bolts that hold that to the engine block. So we're going to go ahead and get that in place, and it's just kind of keeping with our theme of getting as much new components on this motor as possible, just to eliminate the possibility of something going wrong. So we're going to go ahead and get this coil pack, ignition coil, on first, and then we'll get to work on the distributor. All right, so we're going to get this down into place. Let's see if we can hand tighten these bolts, and after that we'll get the ratchet on them. Okay, so there's our assembly. We've got the new distributor in place, all new wires, new coil, kind of hard to see down there, a little tight, and we've also got the new alternator that we did in the last project. So now comes the moment of truth. We're going to reconnect the battery, and let's see if she starts. Get power connected. And everything's good. Take one final look here. Take one final look. Everything's all connected, hooked up, wiring, coil. All right, let's see if she starts. always a massive relief, especially when you're dealing with electrical components. But we're going to let it idle. It seems to be purring like a kitten so far. Okay, well, I think that's gonna about do it for this project. All right, 1993 Project YJ. We've changed the distributor, cap, rotor, the spark plug wires, the distributor itself, which also gives us a new sensor. Then we've got a new ignition coil and alternator. So, you know, some people might say that I'm just throwing parts at it, okay? But that's not the point. The point is it's got a new motor in it. It's a restoration. I want to replace every accessory and every part that could possibly go wrong, possibly break and cause me an issue out on the trail. Okay, that's what it's all about, is just getting new stock back onto this old Jeep again. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it. We've enjoyed bringing you these little projects to kind of keep you up with where we're going with this 93 YJ. So be sure and like and subscribe to the channel and follow us along, and we'll see you next time with more preparations for possibly upcoming expedition.